Hello everyone, my name is Lucifer and welcome to a visual novel called My Boyfriend. I don't think this is the official My Boyfriend visual novel. I did want to play that, and I have wanted to play that for a long while, but I found this, and I think it has an interesting twist at the end. I'm not quite sure. It looked interesting, and I'm playing another one of these again. I'm probably gonna get captured and put in some sort of jail cell, and then I'm gonna be treated like shit. But that's just what happens to me, I guess. Oh, would you look at that? A new one has arrived. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell me this. What is your name? It is Lucifer. It is Lucifer. Lucifer. My name is Lucifer. Lucifer. Thank you for your cooperation. We hope your memory hasn't been too damaged. It'd be a shame if you suddenly forgot your name just like that. Oh, bonk. Oh, I don't know what my name is now. Oh, no. But now you must wake up. You need to wake up. What are you saying? Who are you? Oh, my God. YN? Your name. Let's try this again. That's a bench. It's the usual going on for me. It's like a shitty Groundhog Day story. Just as some poor sap who works at a restaurant for minimum wage in this godless world, I thought after cutting all ties from my past, life would be easier. I mean, it did for a bit. Cutting off your family baggage did wonders, and moving out did help until I had to get a job and find a place to live for cheap. Now here I am, in the only apartment in town with a shitty roommate with a shitty landlord in a shitty nowhere town, Onamar. I definitely rushed in moving out from my original home. But ever since I moved to Onamar, there was a stranger that could never leave my mind. I've always gone to the side of the park to cool down, recharge myself like a phone battery because now of how barren it is. Just the sound of nature. But I'm looking forward to seeing him again later on today. And we're complete strangers, and it's not like we met through some speed dating place or Tinder or something else. Well, oh no, never say well. Nothing ever goes well when you say well. It was Tuesday, September 9th, 7:16 p.m. I will remember that date until the day I die because it was possibly the worst day of meaningless existence. Every day I go to work, I wonder to myself, I should be a writer with how many different variations I can think for seriously tired of this. Customers throwing a fit because of too much ketchup. Having another customer accuse me of stealing food because their order didn't get through online. Which is why I have to do double shift. Another customer throwing a drink at my face, and so many customers. The restaurant was packed all day. Even Sai, my closest co-worker, one of my closest friends since middle school, could barely keep up, and I feel incredibly bad for them in particular. Always had to cover my ass whenever I got to work late. I just realized, are we the yandere in this situation? Oh, is that the twist? Are we the yandere? Because I met someone, I haven't been able to forget them. Oh no. Well, yandere better take notes. Also, Sai, it reminds me of Saint or Kind or whatever his name is. I need to really get on into Parasitic. I think I talked about it in one of the other videos. I'm so sorry for taking a break from making the bigger videos. It's just the past entire month has just been a throw of a whack, a complete sidebar. So yeah, I will get to them immediately as soon as possible. I think after next week, probably. This is what happens when you're the only local restaurant within the general area. I'm scared for what they'll do when I have to pay them back. I shudder. I'm complaining more and more of my life. Even I'd find myself annoying after a while. Anyway, I left my restaurant with a hunched back, tired eyes that were one step closer to falling out and aching feet. Sai had to leave immediately after this shift. His shift ended, so I didn't have anyone to vent my frustrations onto. Not that it matters, I didn't have the mental capacity to even talk or say simple words. it had gotten to a point where looking at anyone being slightly pleasant, it was on sight. So imagine, I walked down a familiar road to my sanctuary, my refuge, haven, whatever you would call it, to find peace for a small moment. I didn't feel like going home knowing that I would be greeted with yet another overdue rent mail. I'm trying the best I can to earn money, along with Lexi, my roommate, but she says she can't pitch in for rent for whatever reason. I've tried to talk to her on that the rent needs to be paid now, yet it's almost impossible for her to budge. I doubt the landlord is gonna push for another extension. What is making her so secretive? The walk was quite enough, a far cry from what I'm used to. Before moving, I lived in a big city, so I'm used to stuff like traffic and constant noises. I'll have to walk to a highway to find anything like that. Wind was picking up right in front of me, as if the universe was not allowing me to get to that damn park. Shuddering even more, I closed up my hoodie. Now I was wishing that I brought something thicker as I put my hands in my pockets. I started to rush by the time I got to Cardozo Park, my destination. The park itself was older than the town itself, but the oldness has its charm, at least to me. Some people thought it was spooky or cursed after what I think is someone's death. It boasts elms, chestnuts, and maple and oak trees all over. It's seen as a perfect spot for picnics and some of the town's festivals, especially during spring because of all the fruit trees and cherry blossoms at bloom. But none of that matters, not in the slightest, because I'm only for a recluse spot in the park where my actual sanctuary lies. I had to walk to certain trees I carved to remember where I was. There was a shortcut. Why you would carve trees for a short? Is that normal? I don't think that's normal. Afterwards, there was a linear trail that eventually leads to a closed-off pathway because of some fallen trees. There he is, the boyfriend. Even my work shoes. They were very easy to climb on before landing right back on the ground. It wasn't long before I found the bench among the oak trees in this barren spot. There was only one LED park light nearby that would have made only a few things here discernible at night. But it wasn't empty. It was occupied by some guy. He looked incredibly lanky, as if the wind would knock him over any second, judging by how long his legs are. He looked tall too, but my judgment of height isn't amazing. He was sitting at the same bench I usually sit at, now incredibly tired, stressed out and frustrated out of my mind of having to deal with ungrateful customers for 12 hours. I would have told off that poor bastard for being at my sulking bench. But I saw a pack of cigarettes at the path that I was on. I recognized the brand, L&N Light Novel. Eventually I put two and two together. That's surprising. I don't notice the obvious sometimes. He was clearly looking for the pack, with his hand digging into his pocket. The most surprising thing that has happened today was that I gave him his missing pack of cigarettes, asking him if it was his. He looked annoyed that I even approached him, but cooled down after seeing what I was holding in my hand. He muttered a thanks. Now, I don't know what came over me when I asked if I could sit with him. Maybe I was just that stubborn to relax, or maybe I was that infatuated by him for whatever reason. What was more surprising is that he scooted over, practically moving to the edge of the bench. Understandable. I like the edges of benches too. Oh my god. Oh my god. We both sat in silence for a painful 60 seconds, and I wanted to break the ice somehow. I would just sit in silence, honestly. That sounds perfect to me. I would not speak up more than I have to. Nice shirt. Vest? What brand is it? Haven't seen that before? Of course I haven't seen it before. I don't know every clothing brand in the world. And of course he didn't talk. I tried another topic. Do you come here often? Alright, it's not the best conversation starter, but at least I'm trying. With yet another silent response, I was about to cut my losses and just not talk to this guy. I would not have not talked to him in the first place at all, but you know. It's not insulting or whatever. I wouldn't know what to do if someone just came up to me and wanted to start a conversation. Especially since that's how I was not even 10 minutes ago. Now that I was thinking about it, I worry that I'm making the stranger uncomfortable. After all, he's probably here to relax like me and doesn't want some goober trying to strike up a conversation with him. The trees were looking more and more like silhouettes. It was starting to get late. It's not abnormal for me to come home late at night. But it's not like I'm going to cool down here, there, here and there. Right when I was about to leave, I felt my shoulder being nudged. Turning over, I see the stranger hand me a pack of cigarettes. Oh wow, that actually works. I did not, okay. Handing me a pack of cigarettes I returned to him earlier. I didn't say anything, so he finally spoke. You want one? I do not smoke, thank you very much. Bad for the lungs, and my lungs are bad enough already. I refused his offer. The stranger shrugged. Suit yourself. Oh. He was still smoking his own roll, but it looked like it was running out. Takes a heavy breath out, letting the smoke flutter into the wind, dropping the butt of the used cigarette and stomping on it. Fluttering. Unfortunately, the wind decided to be a dick and blow it towards my face. I ended up inhaling the smoke. It's straight into my mouth, irritating the hell out of my throat and eyes. Oh. Okay, well that's your thumbnail. I wheezed and hacked for a bit, and the stranger chuckled for that display. I'd never gotten that irritated from tobacco like that. Admittedly, I got a little embarrassed. A faint blush painted my cheeks and got a frustrated frown. I would not blush, I would just be annoyed. I would just get up and leave. Me no smoky. I take it that you're not used to this stuff. You drink instead? Asked the gray stranger. Gray stranger? Yeah, but not often. I know someone who drinks a lot though. Hope she doesn't get an overdose from it. I answered, keeping the people I know vague. Yeah, okay. The stranger hums in response, but then suddenly starts frowning. Crap, I hope I wasn't being annoying. I only answered a question, jeez. I wonder what's up with this guy, but it's not my business to pry, I guess. Still, I can't help but get curious. Taking a closer look at this guy, I noticed how baggy his eyes are. It could have easily been mistaken for eyeshadow or something. Hell, that's what I thought it was. He obviously doesn't get enough sleep. It's a miracle he didn't fall asleep on the spot after sitting down for over a minute. He definitely looks like he has insomnia and a chronic one at that. Not that I can judge. I've been getting trouble sleeping since I moved in. Hopefully this guy gets better, but I can barely help myself. He's clearly thinking about something though. Maybe I shouldn't ask? Screw it! So, oh, you work at Little Lamb Diner? He asked suddenly, turning to look at my face. I don't know if I should answer honestly or not, but I was already in the middle of my response. Yep, I do alright. What's up? You do? Ah, I thought you looked familiar. He was starting to glance away again. Do I know you? I asked, genuinely curious. I'm pretty bad at remembering faces and even worse at remembering names. Yeah, that is me. That is so me, but apparently that's very normal to the brain. So, he looked to be in thought again, tapping his foot now in a fast motion. He almost looked nervous. Just curious. That's it, was all he said. I would have taken that as strange if I didn't notice the light blush on his cheeks. Oh no. Either he is the yandere or I'm the yandere, and I don't know which is worse. Does he have a crush on me? Or am I thinking too much into this? I'm thinking too much into this. Back off. Nope. Get away from this conversation thought of you. Either way, this guy definitely had more on his mind after I confirmed where I worked. I don't know why I admitted to that to some stranger. The stranger looked to be having finished his drag and stomped his empty cig onto the ground, and he put it out with a stomp. He got up from the bench, about to walk away from this park. I can't help but to want to still talk to this guy, and I knew I was starting to miss out on that opportunity the moment he stood up. Before I knew it, I called out, "Wait!" He turned his head, looking surprised. Did you want to go on a date? I suddenly blurted out, Date? I barely knew the guy. Why did I say date? I sloppily tried to correct myself. I didn't mean date. I just meant like more like a hangout date. I mean, I just hang out. Yeah, I'm sure you did, buddy. I'm sure you did. Maybe I'm going crazy, but it looked like the stranger's eyes lit up for a second. You're going crazy. Eyes are not luminescent. It took a while for him to answer, putting his hands in his pockets and thinking over his answer. Started to fidget, looking more nervous than ever he ever did before. Eventually, a dragged out silence. He spoke. Sure, maybe we can go to where you work. He dragged on the last word, sounding more unsure of his suggestion. Where at work? It wouldn't be the best place to be on my day off, but at the same time, it would be the safest. After all, I'm having a date with a stranger. If anything were to happen, I'm running to my nearest coworker to help me not get kidnapped or something. Yeah, and then the yandere part happens. Hell, do I want to go on this date at all? I did just blurt out that for some reason I can easily lie and say that I forgot I was busy the whole week. I will lie. What? I wonder what's gonna happen if I lie. Oh no. Ah, crap. Sorry. I forgot that I was busy all week. I lied, hoping that he didn't decide to go to the restaurant tomorrow. I don't consider myself the best liar, so this is a little worrying. Apparently, the stranger looked more upset from that, but he started speaking. Okay, wrong text color. Oh, okay, I get it. That restaurant is always packed. I'm not surprised that you're that busy, he said, shrugging it off, or at least pretending to shrug it off. Again, I apologized, but he reassured me that it's all good. Suddenly, I remembered the obvious. I never got the stranger's name. Oh, one more thing. I never got your name. If I ever see you again, I don't want to keep calling you stranger or random guy or something. Well, okay. Suddenly his face turned into a grimace. He looked away, sighing in frustration. Upset at such a simple question. You look very, very grimacy right there. Look at his face, everyone. It's so grimacy. I don't like my name. In fact, I hate it. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care if it's stupid. It can't ever be as bad as my real name, he said. Is it onomatopoeia? It's a very cool name. That was the most he ever spoke of this whole time. He hates his name that much. He must have some awful parents he wants to detach himself from. Maybe he's trans and doesn't want me dead naming. Either way, I respected his decision, even if I wanted to know his real name to keep it safe. Alright, I'll think of something. Maybe, what if I go with enter? How about question mark? Okay, you know what? Comment down below. Like, I think this game is still in beta. If there's more, comment down below and I'll change the name to that. Whatever the most popular name in the comments is. So, yeah, sure. How about question mark? Okay, I like that. I'd rather be called that. You want to be called question mark? And that was that. I'm glad he appreciated the name, no matter if it was tacky or just straight up rude. Alright then, I'm gonna be calling you that from now on. Alright then. I'm gonna be calling you from now on. I'm starting to get so comfortable that I forgot it was starting to get dark. I'm gonna need to head back to my home. I'm pretty sure he has places to be as well. Alright, I gotta go home. Sorry for the sudden goodbye. It's good. I'm heading home too. Don't bail on me. See you later. See you later. Whoa. We both left the park. I needed a nap anyway. I took a shortcut to get back to my apartment, but with the limited amount of streetlights, it was really hard to see. It was starting to get cold, and all I had was a light jacket. On my walk back, I started to think about that stranger meddling in my own infatuation. It was completely out of character for me to be that social, but it was only to that guy. It all starts with one guy. Ovan View. Oh wow. My mind suddenly descends into daydreams, and before I knew it, I'm suddenly back to my apartment. Before walking to my bedroom, I picked out some instant soy sauce ramen noodles. Also, I'm not gonna say this monitor and this PC are not cheap. This is easily $2,000 to $8,000. And this monitor is also it's the Samsung Odyssey. It's the G9 Odyssey. I forgot the exact thing for it, but that's also very expensive. If you're hard on cash, just sell these things. Oh, and a love box. Why is there a love box there? Before walking to my bedroom, I picked out some instant soy sauce ramen noodles and got to boiling water on the stove. Okay, I haven't had like proper ramen noodles or anything like proper like that, but but like soy sauce on ramen doesn't sound that great if it's just soy sauce. Is it just soy sauce? I don't know. Someone who knows more than this, tell me in the comments. My roommate Lexi wasn't home yet. I'm assuming she went out to fuck someone in another place that isn't here. Thank God. I shouldn't be too annoyed though. Admittedly, she is careful of who her clients are, so she knows they are murderers or whatever. Ah, okay. That makes sense. And she's making extra money. I just wish that her and whoever random schmuck walked in here realized that this apartment is not big, and I can hear them from my bedroom. While waiting for the water to boil, I started texting Lexi if she got her keys now that I'm home. I'm not a fan of waking up in the middle of the night with several missed calls before she left her keys somewhere in her room. It's not fun on the dispensing end either. At least that's what I think the opposite of receiving end is called. Dispensing and receiving end. Fun. Putting my phone back in my pocket, I put the noodles and flavoring packet into the boiling water, and after several minutes, I poured my ramen into a bowl. After getting some chopsticks, I start devouring the cheap ramen. It was alright. My now empty bowl of ramen is placed into the kitchen sink, and I leave it to go to my room, turning off the kitchen lights. Moving over to my bedroom, I took off my work clothes and changed into my pajamas, a loose oversized tank top and boxers. Making myself relaxed, I closed my eyes and took a deep breath and sighed. Home sweet home. I got a notification on my phone. A response from Lexi. Yeah, got my keys, you don't have to wait till 1 to get the door, lol. Hell yeah. I walked over to my closet at the corner of the bedroom, feeling pretty proud that I called the walk-in closet first when I moved in with Lexi. Oh, that was bright, my gosh. I moved some clothes out of the way, regretting having thrown some of them on the ground. The annoyance quickly disappeared upon turning on the dim light in the closet, closing myself upon the hanging clothes to obscure anyone from seeing my shrine. Oh no! Oh no! It's the yandere shrine! Oh no! I am stretching my body because I feel cramped. Okay. Yep. Oh, you have photos of him in his bedroom sleeping? My shrine of Mason. Who is Mason? All of these pictures that I've collected over the course of months, taped lovingly on the walls with every angle of Mason, far and close. Some stolen clothes from his closet that would never be missed, placed in a pile to smell every night before I sleep so I can remember it in my dreams. Various objects that he dropped from used tissue that he used to relieve himself, to bottle caps that he oh so loves to collect. He's been very adamant about that hobby. It's adorable to see his little collection. I just couldn't take it. Finally, 3 white boxes at the right, containing a single peony, a single rose, and a single orchid, respectively, from top to bottom. It didn't matter if I accepted the date or not. I will see him again, and he will be given one of those flowers. Of course, real this time, not the fake ones that are in the box. I needed to go to the flower shops to make my decision. Oh, Mason. Oh, I know I'm just a stranger to you, but I've known for all those 9 months. I was so nervous to finally go up to you, but now I have you. I'm in your mind, your memory, and I'll make sure that we're going to be together. No matter what it takes, no matter how much blood, sweat, and tears I'll have to sacrifice, no matter how many people I sacrifice at all. I see that I look in your eyes. You want me as much as I want you, don't you, Mason? God, you even let me name you. It's like you want me to tag you. You can try and deny it. It doesn't matter. I know you. Oh, God, do I know you? I sound disgusting. If you can hear me, I'm sure you understand what it's like to find your new adoration. Your beautiful obsession. Breathing in your clothes isn't enough anymore. But now we're closer than a passerby. I love you too much to have you slip through my fingers. After all, you are my boyfriend. Oh, that's creepy. And I feel lightheaded from doing that. That's very creepy. Chapter 0 prologue complete. Okay, that's gone very fast. Okay, wow. Interesting. Very interesting. I do hope you enjoy that. I'm not sure how to feel about that. I did think the starting needed a little bit more editing with the way it was written. It seemed a bit, it seemed like it wasn't edited, like it wasn't like gone over once. But it was interesting. That's all I can say. I think it was, it had, you know, adult language, which is similar to how the actual My Boyfriend is. I'm not sure if this is the real one. It could be the real one. I'm not really sure. I think the real one is different though. And it's fun. Ooh, memories. What is memories? Okay. Oh, wow, cool. So I'm missing 2. Oh, there's more. Wait, there's already day 2, 3, 4, and 5? Or are they just placeholders? Okay, they're placeholders. No, they're not. Okay, interesting. I do not know if there's more or if I can get more than this. I will see. If you are all interested in this, if this video gets, I don't know, 1,000 likes, I will play the actual My Boyfriend game. If this is not it. Yeah, that's about it. I'll see you. I'll see you. Yes, you. In the next video. Take care. And goodbye.